Welcome back to the morning show on XO 17. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora. How are you,
Yes, sir. I'm good.
You got to just leave well enough alone. You had to come back to it.
I did. I had a good, bad, sad trip up to Chicago past couple of days. I had a cousin who died. He'd been a captain with the Chicago Police Department for a long time, and just when you walked into church and saw the volume of people that were there and people whose lives he touched and stuff, really.
How old was he?
He was 82.
Okay, so the big question is the thin blue line that we all know about, we all see. Yep. At 82 and being retired from the police department that long, was there a lot of blue there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, old guys, my age guys who would work for him and stuff. He'd been retired for a while. So.
Oh, I could imagine.
But his guys still showed up, guys and girls, and it was good. That was very good. It was good for the family and everything else. The son did a great job in eulogy, and they're never going to see this, so I'm not doing this for them, just for him. And spent some time with my sister, went out to a couple dinners. The two of us realized that after, like, the second dinner that we hadn't spent that much time together with just the two of us, like, ever. So we that part was good. I went and I had my taxes done. I don't know if that part's going to be good or not. We'll see how that works out. But weather had been good up until yesterday coming home, and it rained up there. They had this up there yesterday morning, and then the drive down was good. And then when I got to about West Plains, and
it was
got
not
it
so
again.
good
It
anymore.
wasn't not so good anymore. But at least I was close enough. It didn't matter so much.
Yeah. The reason I mentioned the thin blue line is because, that is, once you get into that family in the police and fire and all those organizations, it is a huge family. And it seems like those are bonds that are never broken.
True.
So to tie this to your world today, do you still have contact with some of the people that you and Miss Linda sold real estate to or sold homes for back when you first started?
There's some people that we still talk to and, not just stay in touch with, but, meet and things like that. There are some bonds that you do build.
Yeah, and a good realtor is someone that you'll have in your quiver of resources forever.
That's the plan. That's the plan. It doesn't always work out that way. People's lives carry on,
Sure.
and they take different directions and things. But there's still people that we're in touch with from years ago, and I'll get a call from somebody that I haven't seen in a while, and I'll go, well, yeah, we're thinking about moving, or we're thinking about we got a relative who's thinking about coming down, and it just kind of, thank you.
Out of the blue.
Thank you. That's really, that you can make that impression on someone that they will remember you enough to call. And because in the meantime, they've seen ads for however many other realtors or bumped into them here and there, but they go, Bob and Linda did me right, or Sam did me right, or April did me right, or Darlene, whatever the case may be. And to be able to come back to us and put that same trust in us that they had before, and that obviously we performed on, that's really what makes a big difference. That's
The
what it's
real
all
estate
about.
market as a whole has changed so much from the 80s to now. Over a 40-year span, everything changes.
I was going to say, I'd have to take your word for that.
You've gone from the big thing was get signs in the yards. I remember a broker used to have our staff meetings, and he'd say, get signs in the yards. Those will sell the house. Well, that's not that way anymore.
No, the internet sells the houses.
Yeah. And the relationships that you build, your community activity, that you're out and about, people can put a face with a name, and they hear and see the Z-Team commercials on here. They hear them on the radios. They hear them everywhere. They'll see the different things that you all do. But when they run into you at the gun show, or they run into you at the county fair, they run into you at Turkey Trot, not just you, I'm talking about the whole team.
Yeah.
They know that there's more behind the Z-Team than just getting a sign in my yard.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And one of the things that you talk about, that people see all the ads and they see all of the places that we are and all the things that we do. We don't own that company. Jewel and Mickey own that company, and we need to be really clear with that that so people will say, "Oh yeah, I used you to to buy a house or sell a house or whatever it may have been," and it's like, God, I'm really
don't
good with
recall that.
faces, but I don't remember that. And they go, well, yeah, and because they think that they bought it from Century 21, that they bought it from the Z Team. That's not the case. You got to call the Z Team. You got to call My Honey. You got to start with us and go from there. Call Linda, 870-405-0793. Shameless plug, but that's partly why I'm here.
That is
we
exactly
do this,
why you're here.
we do this every week for a reason, and we're here to help people. We're here. She was out on 2 listing appointments this week that are going to take a while to get on the market because they've got stuff. They've got things that they've got to do, and that's a large part of what we do is get the things started for people, and to go from there to get them on the road, as it were. But like I say, we don't own a company, and we appreciate your business. We appreciate you giving her a call and setting up appointments and saying, hey, look, we were thinking about, could we talk to you about, we were thinking about doing this in the kitchen or do that in the bathroom. What's the return on investment type things? Is it worth doing that? That's really what a lot of our business is, and getting people across the finish line with no muss, no fuss, and there's hundreds of testimonials on the website that you can go take a look at. We've been doing this for 18, 19 years now, and it turns out we've been pretty good at it. We've helped a lot of people to get them the right home, the right time of their life, and that's, excuse me, that kind of chokes me up a little bit. The right home, the right time of their life, and that's what we do. And but please keep that in mind. If you see us and you tell your friends, I saw that guy who's on TV all the time. He's got the show every Friday morning at 7:15. I appreciate everybody who watches, and but it is business. It is it's trying to get the message out every week of where we are, where we the market is. It's not always Bob. Bob doesn't just make these numbers up. When we go to your house and we talk to you about what the house is worth, that's the market's doing that. That's what it's all about.
We talk about the changes and the things that go on. We've gone from the basic sign in the yard, hope it gets a phone call, to the buyer's agent, the seller's agent, the dual agent, the fiduciary responsibility of all 3 of those different classifications, and how people have to know the difference between those 3 to make sure they're protected. The Z Team has been presidential award winners for how many times in a row?
4.
4 times in a row.
Yeah.
And you just don't do that by putting a sign
Oh
in
no,
the yard.
that's like the deal for Century 21. That's the pinnacle of what Century 21 award winners.
Have you got the
in Little Mountain Home? In Little Mountain Home. I mean, you got to look at it that way
yet?
too.
Have you picked it up?
I've got it sitting on my desk.
Sitting on your desk.
Yes, it is.
There you go. Let's look at some numbers.
And
real
part
quick.
of the other thing is with bringing Jason in, people are buying homes with videos. That's what they see. There's
the technology
the
swing.
technology swing is just amazing, and the number of people that can do what we do is very limited. And he's done a great job. He had I mentioned last week that Reese had a property down by him in Salem, and he had it for a couple of years on and off, and it was a relative type thing. We're going to sell it, but nothing, and that's why he kept pulling it off the market, because nothing was going on. And Jay went out there, and I don't know, he spent 2-3 hours out there filming, took it home, probably did another 3-4 hours of editing and cutting and this and that, get some music on there, posted it. That day, Reese had 3 phone calls, and it's now under contract, getting ready to close.
There you go.
So that's the kind of work we can do. It's just a matter of we're gonna shoot you straight. We're not to take any listing at any price. That's not us. You're calling us to sell your home. We want you to get as much money as you can for your home, but you got to kind of
Be smart about it.
be smart about it. That's a good term. Be smart about it. This week in real estate, there were 54 new listings came on the market, 20 parcels of land, 34 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $35,000 to $3.5 million. 4 of them are taking backups already, not the one for $3.5. There were 40 sales, 2 commercial properties, 13 parcels of land, 25 homes sold. They range in price from $39,000 to $529,000. The average sale price this week was $230,000 with 69 days on market, which gives you an idea of how small that time period is for things that are ready, properly presented, properly advertised, and getting them out there. So that ended up being a total of 5.7 in residential real estate closed this week. 2 properties expired. There were 15 residential price changes and 36 residences pending waiting to close. Currently, there's 310 homes listed on the MLS. Year to date, for this year, there's been 153 homes have sold for $35 million. The average sale price this year is $230,000 with 89 days on market. Last year, there had been 164 homes that sold with an average sale price of $205 with 89 days on market. And then I went back just to kind of see where we are because we're getting about a quarter here. In 22, there had been 212 homes sell for with an average sale price of $228. In 21, 181 homes sold with an average sale price of $184. And in 2020, 173 homes that sold with an average sale price of $151. So you can see how the prices have continued to rise. The volume's down a little bit, and that's because of the interest rates and things like that. The average, the interest rates right now, 86% of the homes, the mortgages are 6% or less. So it's kind of hard to get somebody off of it. But the rates dropped they're down a quarter point from where we were a couple weeks ago. So they're like 675, 674, and that's a good sign. So VA is going to be a little cheaper. RD is going to be a little bit cheaper. You don't have to put as much money down. But there's some opportunities out there, and there's 300 homes to look at. That's my encouragement. If you can do this, get out and be looking now instead of be trying to look when there's 150 homes back on the market because the rates fell a little bit. You can always refi.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. Give my honey a call, 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retiredtoarkansas.net, and the whole MLS is on there. Our commercials are on there. These shows are on there. Radio, TV, everything's there. But if you have any questions, can't find something, give Linda a call, 870-405-0793.
There you go. It's been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zador. 870-405-0793 is the number. retiredarkansas.net is our website. Go there, check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in just a moment with Friday Sports.